Today's topics are going to be about Krishan Rock, YG, and Brian Kohlberger. Okay, all of these three people have something in common right now, and the thing that they have in common, unfortunately, is that people are accusing them of deleting people. Okay, in Brian Kohlberger's case, he's already been convicted of the serial deletions, but now he's decided that he wants to try to overturn his guilty verdict and go for another trial. Okay, so his case is a little bit different, but for YG and Krishan Rock, it was kind of like, what? You know, when I heard that what was going on the internet streets, I was like, well, what the hell did YG do? So the videos that I'm going to use today are from other content creators. They are, number one, the first video that we'll cover is the one on YG. That one is from content creator or creators called The Family. I believe they are out of LA, which is why I picked their video to showcase today. He sounds like he has a West Coast accent. So if I misspoke on that, I'm sorry, The Family, but we're going to cover one of your videos today. So without further ado, let me remove this and add this to the stage and switch myself over here. Okay, so like I said, this video is from The Family. All the videos that we cover today are going to be linked in the description of this video so that you guys can go back and give the content creators a like, either subscribe to their channel or share this video with someone in your family who you think would benefit from the life lesson, okay? Because this, I mean, if you can't learn from this about who to hang out with, who not to hang out with, yeah, that would be the best thing to walk away when you watch a video like this. But if you know, YG is a rapper out of the West Coast, California. He is in a gang. So there's a bit of rap culture, gang culture involved in this story. A lot of us my age, you know, I don't really follow what's going on in rappers' lives outside of my own city. So when I heard about YG being questioned in relation to the deletion of another rapper, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, oh my God, you know, like, didn't he make a song about this person? So if you don't know the history, I picked this video because I really didn't know the history of like why he would be someone that they would want to question for the deletion of someone else. So I feel like this is a good video to kind of explain to us like the history of YG and this rapper and why he could be potentially a suspect in this crime, even though there is not that they right now it's only, you know, he hasn't been arrested and he hasn't been charged. He's only been questioned in relation to a stabbing that resulted in someone passing away. And that someone is a rapper by the name of Drakeo. Okay, so here we go.
Going out there doing no rap this and shit, cause like if it's smoke, it's really smoke with us. We ain't playing, you know?
The gram, I thought that if I dish you, it'd give me some more fans. Bro, I'm truly sorry. Why you RP my friend?
We ain't doing none of that weird shit for nothing, for the rap. No, we not on none of that. Nigga, we trying to make hits. We gonna move around, nigga, get rich, nigga, and have fun, nigga. All that rap beef and all that shit. We not rap beefing. We really beefing. The homies.
He's a rapper, but I made his hit rock and roll. Cold devil, I'm walking through here with chinchillas on. They gonna drop you.
What's going on? They're like, yo, this is crazy. Like people are just rooting for you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people who wasn't a lot of people who wasn't rooting for me.
Who wasn't rooting for you? I'm not saying to say names, but like who? Like
the older dudes.
Okay, so this guy right here is Drakeo, and he has passed away. Okay, he had a concert one night. He got into a scuffle. They were able to separate peacefully for a minute, and then another fight broke out, and that is where he was apparently he was stabbed there, and those wounds ended up causing him to pass away. Okay, and in this interview, he's being interviewed, and he is basically kind of alluding to YG being the older heads that are hating on him in the industry, so to speak. When he says that not everybody was happy for him. Okay, so this is kind of like, yeah. And in the beginning, when we started this, YG was saying, we don't rap beef. We don't rap beef. We beef in real life. So if it's not rap beef and you beef in real life, and this person is passed away after he made a diss song about you, a month later, he's deleted. You see why people might assume that you would have something to do with it by the way that you're talking, So this is what I'm saying. It's like who you hang out with, it matters. It matters because like you can speak things into existence. Like
the people that have been in the game for a minute.
You talking about LA rappers?
Yep.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Drakeo the Ruler.
Fam, it's July 23rd, 2026. In a few hours from me doing this video, the rapper YG is supposed to be preparing to take the stage against fellow Compton rapper The Game in a highly anticipated versus battle. But just a few hours before the event, the attention shifted away from the stage and towards a homicide investigation that has remained unsolved for more than 4 years now. See, earlier this morning, LAPD reportedly detained YG while executing a search warrant connecting to the December 2021 killing of Drakeo the Ruler. YG was detained. At this time, that does not mean he was arrested, charged, or even proven responsible for Drakeo's death. But after years of accusations, diss records, street tension, and unanswered questions, investigators showing up at YG property naturally caused people to ask, what changed now? Why are authorities revisiting this case more than 4 years later? Did something finally happen behind the scenes that finally caused investigators to act? Before we go any further, check this out.
Okay, so what we're seeing is YG talking to investigators. That is what TMZ is out there in LA. They get all the gossip and all the news. So this is what they're out there capturing. It's just showing YG, out there talking to the police. I'm going to skip through this a little bit. He's going to walk off with them. It's like, okay.
And once again, that was the footage reportedly showing YG being detained while authorities carried out a...
So he's just detained, okay? He was just detained and questioned. Of course, he's saying he has nothing to do with this. He didn't do it. He doesn't know who did it. He just wants to make money and rap is what he's saying, okay?
Search warrant. We still have to be careful about the language we use, fam. A detention is not an arrest, and a search warrant is not a conviction. And investigators looking into somebody does not automatically mean they believe that person personally committed the crime. But this situation did not begin today. The tensions around Drakeo and the people connected to YG's circle has been building for years before Drakeo was attacked backstage.
Okay, so it's a beef, but it's kind of like it was like it was just like two cliques not really vibing with each other, you know what I mean? And then as one was getting more traction in the game, and then they're going to explain it better than I can, but it was definitely kind of bad blood before the deletion. They were already getting at each other. Like he's already sitting down during the interview right here, speaking on YG, but not saying his name, but clearly referencing him.
There was an interview where YG made it clear that he did not want Drakeo's name mentioned around him. There was Drakeo refusing to sign with DJ Mustard, and Mustard helped introduce him to a larger audience. There were diss records, neighborhood politics, and claims involving the shooting of YG outside a recording studio. Then Drakeo released another song directly disrespecting YG. Just 1 month later, Drakeo was killed. Today we're going to walk through this entire story. Who Drakeo the Ruler was, how he became one of the most original rappers in California, his connection to YG and DJ Mustard, the tension that developed between the two sides, the interview where YG warned people not to mention Draco, the diss record Draco released afterwards, and the allegations Draco made concerning YG being shot, not to mention in the newly released album, YG addressed everything, his involvement or not.
So the thing is, maybe YG felt like he needed to get at Draco for making fun of him being shot, or maybe he felt like Draco had something to do with the fact that he was shot. I don't know. It just sent me down a rabbit hole, and I thought that this video was kind of cool, like explaining both sides.
And the night Draco was surrounded by a massive backstage crowd and fatally stabbed before he could perform. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it.
Hey, listen, if you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help.
Okay,
it's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful tools. And one of the main tools lets you act.
I have to get your sponsors on.
I only give
Was that a song that you felt it was necessary and the timing was right now?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, yeah, it was necessary for sure, and the timing was for sure right now, because it's like too many people was like, it's just too much going on, like, and you know, I'm like street all the way, law, live by it, so it's like, it's certain things like you don't even speak on, you know what I'm saying? You don't talk, you know, so that's what took me so long to just say anything, because like nobody talking about that. Like, it don't even, it's certain things like you don't even talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't involved in it or whatever, it's like you don't even talk about that. So, but it's like I'm only finna take so much, you know what I'm saying? People saying whatever, family tapping in, like all this, and it's like, nah, bro, like.
So this is the thing, right? If you didn't delete anybody, and you know that the whole world is thinking that you deleted somebody, what's the problem in just saying you didn't do it? I don't get it. It's like, on one hand, you kind of want the speculation because you feel like it's good for your career. But that person who got deleted is connected to a whole family that wants answers and wants to know why their child, their brother, you know, their father was deleted. You know, it's like automatically, if I'm connected to something that's bad, I want to fix it right away. Like, oh my God, like I did that? No, if I did, let's get this squared away. A month after he disses you and the man winds up dead, and you know the whole world is thinking that you had something to do with it, and you don't say anything for years or a year or so. I just think that that's grossly negligent for your own future well-being. If you didn't have anything to do with it, say it and separate yourself from it right away. Letting people speculate and letting conjecture just run wild in the public eye these days is kind of dangerous. Yeah, I agree, sentiment. I agree.
Nah, I gotta say something.
Did you feel like that's the song where I'm going to address this once and everything is in there?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And it was like, I'm finna say something, you know, but it's the Gentleman's Club. I'm gonna be very respectful, you know?
Fam, that was an interview that YG did just 3 weeks ago on a Big Boy radio show. He addressed the recent music he put out, a song that he also dedicated to Draco's murder, where he adamantly denies his involvement. For those who wondering who is Drakeo the Ruler, real name Darrell Caldwell, was born December 1993. He grew up in the Westmount section of South Los Angeles, an area surrounded by poverty, violence, and multiple long-standing gang territories. Draco barely knew his father. His mother, Darlene Carnell, worked as a preschool teacher and raised her children under difficult financial circumstances. Draco reportedly told people that his family was one of the poorest families on the block. But even when he was only 4 years old, he would tell anybody willing to listen that one day he was going to be rich. His early life was far from easy. According to journalists,
That's so sad. His mom was a teacher. Oh, CEO. He said he dressed like he going to a funeral. I mean,
Jeff Wise, Draco was arrested at 12 for taking $1 from a tip jar. At 15, while he was still a freshman in high school, he was struck during a drive-by shooting. The shooters were never caught. After that incident, Draco reportedly began carrying a firearm because he believed he needed it to protect himself. But that led to more problems: juvenile detention, burglary allegations, gun cases, and repeated contact with law enforcement. But music...
I could not imagine that my son is getting into all this trouble in a neighborhood and I just stay there and keep hoping for the best, and the best never comes. Like, he goes to jail at 12 for stealing $1 out of the tip jar of some restaurant. Okay, maybe I can overlook that. But then at 15 or 14, he's getting shot in a drive-by shooting. I'm moving the hell up out of there. And I know I have friends that are out there from LA. They tell me that most of their properties are inherited through family and they don't want to let their properties go and they want to maintain the family homes. And I understand that, but you rent that motherfucker out and move to a state or a city in California where there's no violence and nobody like shooting up the neighborhood and shooting your kid. I have lived all around the world. If I feel like if I'm not safe here, I know I can go to other places and be safe or safer. You know, I guess nothing is safe these days, but at least I'd be safer.
Eventually gave him another direction. Friends around Draco believed that he had a gift. With every freestyle, his sound became more original. Then in 2015, Draco gained serious attention after releasing Mr. Get Dough.
But I'm not pops on my knots, Mr. Get Guap, that's Mr. Get Dough, aka Mr. Mose. Walking.
Now DJ Mustard had
I like
produced
that
record. That was his beat. That record would also connect him at that time to two major names in Los Angeles: DJ Mustard, as you saw in the video, and YG. The YG and DJ Mustard connection, according to reports about Draco's career, YG brother helped bring Draco's music to DJ Mustard's attention. At that time, Mustard was one of the most successful producers in the industry and helped develop the sound behind several of YG's biggest records. Mustard supported Draco and helped introduce him to a wider audience. Draco's 2016 project, I Am Mr. Mosley, was presented by Mustard and helped establish Draco as one of the hottest rising artists in Los Angeles. But the relationship didn't last. Draco reportedly refused to sign with Mustard's record label. For Draco, ownership was independence, and that was extremely important to him. He didn't want another person controlling his music, his publishing, or his finances. That decision would become a major part of his identity. However, some people also view Draco as a possible replacement for YG within Mustard's musical system. YG and Mustard had already experienced problems in their own working relationship. Now Mustard was supporting another Los Angeles street rapper with a completely different sound. Whether anybody intended or not, comparisons started being made. Draco was younger. His music was spreading throughout the streets, and some listeners began saying that he represented the next generation of Los Angeles rap. Draco's relationship with Mustard eventually ended after he refused to sign, but the connection between Draco, Mustard, and YG had already been established, and soon the situation would grow beyond music.
So how'd you end up hooking up with Mustard?
We all knew the same people. Like, I used to fuck with them, like the homie I was on the case when kills. We used to put them back in the day when they had pushes and all the jerkins and all that. When it was Tab Third and Filthies and all this other shit. When all them used to back in the jerking days. And YG, they used to wear skinny jeans with the fucking shoestring and all that shit. So I was with them. I was with his brother too, Cam. This one Mustard was DJ and skater rings like that, before everybody blew up. So I've been.
Oh, that's really sweet. You know, I remember who used to, DJ at the skating ring, and, it's good when people's dreams come true. I'm very proud of DJ Mustard. His catalog is stellar. Okay. He does great work, sad though, that this young man here has passed away and he's no longer with us. I wonder how many interviews DJ Vlad has where the young man or the rapper that he interviewed is no longer with us. I wonder, does he have something on his page that commemorates all of the people that he's done interviews with that are now since passed from violent deaths. Yeah, I'm sure it is a lot. I'm sure it is a lot. This is like sad. Like he's very talented.
Knew them though, but like I wasn't rapping. Like they was doing, they took off and all that. So we still, but everybody like LA, everybody know the same people. Like so. Well, I guess they like reached out because the kid was like, you know, every day he was fucking with him, he was pushes, all that shit. So they would reach out to him like, oh yeah, what's up with you? But they don't even know he was just telling them like y'all remember him? Like he used to be around all the time, like, you know. So we did the song, he whatever, remixed it, I put RJ on the song. And then it took off. I didn't think it was gonna be like that though. Like I was just like, all right, whatever. Like I did the song, people like it. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be like, all right, now this is like a stamp. Now I can move on from here. Like, but yeah.
Okay, and that's Mr. Get Dough.
Yeah, Mr. Get Dough.
Right, and that was so originally it was just you.
Yeah, it was just me and
then,
Ketchup.
Right,
Ketchup, right.
And then Mustard did the remix.
Yeah,
and he put RJ on it. That's it.
And Choice.
And Choice. Okay.
All right, Choice.
Got it. I mean, that song today is at 7 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, 7 million.
Yeah, plus all the other platforms.
Yeah, that's like
that.
I mean, 7 million views on your own, you know? Would you have signed with DJ Mustard? If you got your own clout like that, you got 7 million views, you know, like I don't think I would sign with Mustard either. I got my own flavor, you know, like why sign with you? Why can't we just work together? Like you bring what you bring, I bring what I bring, you keep what you make, I keep what I make. Like, why do I need to be your artist? Especially these days, like especially with Chat GPT. You A&Rs and movie producers and music people, y'all be careful out here because now people can feed these contracts into Chat GPT. They don't even need lawyers. They don't even need lawyers. They just need Chat GPT, a computer, and an upload button. And that contract, that filthy fucking contract that you're trying to get them to sign will be disseminated in Chat GPT or Claude or whatever. Like, be careful. Thank you, What Now 23G. Thank you for the $4 donation. I appreciate you. Flowers to you back. Flower power, flower power. Let me play this for you before we go back to the video. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, but no, like, thank you very much. What Now 23G. I appreciate you so much for your generous donation to the Rose Garden. Right, all the more reason to do good business, right? Yeah.
So then you signed under Mustard?
I didn't sign.
Nah?
Nah, I was just fucking with him, like,
okay,
just fucking around, doing music and shit. But after that, like, I don't know, like my brother and everybody was like, I don't know, maybe they seen something that I didn't see back then. So like everybody used to just be like, nah, just wait, like, don't do nothing right now, like, just wait, like, you got your own thing, like, you might not see it right now, but like your shit is different, bro. Like, you got other shit, like, just wait, like, so. I don't know, like, shit started getting weird. Like, I don't know, like, I guess I didn't want to sign. So then that's, I guess, when, like, people from his group and shit, like, guess they was mad at me because I didn't want to sign. So.
Okay, before we talk about what he's saying here, thank you so much, Joe Blaze 1000 for the 30 jewels. I got some jewels, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you, Sentiment, for my jewels. I appreciate you. 100. And I got 30 flower jewels, and I got some I got 2 100 jewels, I think. I can see the notification on this end, but I'm not watching it on YouTube. So I'm going to see them on the replay. Thank you very much, fellas, for my jewels. I appreciate you so much. What's up, Red Lipstick Vibes? It's good to see you. Hearts to you. Hearts to you. Yes, it's good to see y'all. So this is really sad. So what is Drakeo the Ruler saying here? He's saying that things got weird between him and DJ Mustard because after Mustard tried to sign him and Drakeo wanted to keep the relationship the way it had been, where they were just working with each other without any kind of contract in place. And then once Drakeo decided that he didn't want to sign the contract, he said it got weird between him and DJ Mustard.
It started getting weird. Like, it started coming to, like, pull up at the studio session. Oh, we got whoop-de-whoop in here today. Like, you know, come back another day. I started seeing the weird shit that was going on. And it's just like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just part ways. Because, like, if a nigga came with me because, like, just to fuck with me genuinely, then I'm not finna fuck with you. Like, it shouldn't have to be like, oh, if you don't want to sign, then all right, fuck you type shit. Like, that shit, I don't know. So I started doing my own shit after that. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't last that long.
All right, because your first mixtape, I Am Mr. Mosley.
Yeah.
Did that come out under the 10 Summers label or no?
I mean, it didn't come, I don't think it came out under that. I know he put it on there, like,
yeah,
but not that I know of.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
yeah, that part's kind of confusing.
Yes,
I was trying to figure that
Yeah,
part out. Okay.
that's the other thing too. That is like, you know, when you're doing business, nothing should be confusing. There shouldn't be anything confusing about my contract with AutoClore. You know, when I had a restaurant, I had a dishwasher. I love that dishwasher. I wish I had that dishwasher right now. Okay, it was the most amazing dishwasher I've ever had in my life. Okay, but it's an industrial dishwasher for a restaurant, and I had a contract with AutoClore. Like that made sense. Like I needed them to do maintenance on my dishwasher monthly because things would fall down in certain places I couldn't get it out of. You know, it would jam or my door wouldn't shut right or all kinds of stuff happen. But there's a mutually beneficial relationship. Just because Drakeo didn't want to sign an actual contract, it shouldn't have soured the relationship with DJ Mustard because there were still ways for them to make money together. You know, like I don't understand why a contract would be necessary if you already have a good working relationship with someone, unless it is just in order to have them under your thumb and to like rape their bank account or their ability to make money with you by their side. So it's like once you work with someone and you don't have a contract in place, of course it would sour the relationship a little bit if now all of a sudden you acting funny with me when it's time for me to come into the studio because I ain't signed a contract. Like, I get that, but I feel like with business, it should be what both people want it to be. And it should be clear and it should be comfortable. And if it's not clear and it's not comfortable and it's starting to get muddy and convoluted, I would do the same thing Drakeo did. I would leave. You don't need to tell me you don't want to fuck with me no more. Once I start seeing certain weird stuff going around that never started before I told you I didn't want to sign a contract, cool, I'm out of here, bro. I can see the writing on the wall. I can read in between the lines that you not messing with me no more because I won't sign this contract. And that should reinforce to me why I should never sign a contract because look at what it's doing. So I think that's so unfortunate. Mustard should have just honored the relationship, how the relationship started, and figured out another way for them to comfortably make music and money together. Everything doesn't have to be one way or the highway. It's just, you know, because you guys end up coming back around again. If you're both good in your craft, you're always going to keep coming back around the same group of people. Like I do marketing and communications and public health, and every single time, even though I'm working for a different company or my friend goes to a different partner, we come back around, we see each other again, and sometimes it's mutually beneficial. Sometimes it's like, what you're doing can't help me right now, so I keep you away. But when we are doing something that we can mutually benefit from, then we'll work together. No problem. Like that's how it should be. So I totally, I understand why Draco wanted to get away. To me, his story kind of reminded me a little bit of Chameleonaire, but Chameleonaire had signed a contract and kind of figured out how to like never honor it or honor it and get the hell out of it and never look back to music again, and I kind of like, that's what I was envisioning as I was hearing the story about Draco. I was thinking about Charlemagne, not Charlemagne, but Chameleonaire.
So you drop your first mixtape, your first official mixtape.
Yeah, official mixtape.
And you have a big song already. So now you're kind of off to the races.
Yeah.
This was 2015.
15.
Then the next year, 2016, you drop I Am Mr. Mosley 2.
Yeah, the second one.
Right. That had Mozzie on it.
Yeah, Mozzie.
Scheme,
G Perico,
Filthy Rich.
Filthy. Yeah.
And how does that one do?
And it was doing pretty cool. Like, and it's crazy because like a lot of people were saying like, damn, bro, like you did this without Mustard, like, but what kind of like made it better because like LA, like they never really seen no shit like this. Like, so most people like they thought like, oh, he ain't fucking with Mustard no more. Like he gonna fall off. But me, like I'm my own type of person. I got my own lingo. Like it was different. So when people heard that, they like, damn, like, what is this? What does that mean? What does this mean? Damn, this shit hard. Like, so then it just kept going from there. And then on top of that, like people used to see me in the streets. Like I really had what I was talking about. So it wasn't like somebody fabricating something. It's like, oh, this nigga saying this, but when he was fucking with Mustard, okay, yeah, like Mustard probably did this for him. Mustard probably did this, but then you see like, I'm not fucking with him, but I still got the same shit. I still got all the money. I'm talking about the cars, whatever, all this shit. Like, so people was fucking with that shit. Like, yeah.
Okay. Then that same year you drop So Cold I Do.
Yeah, I did that.
Right.
Okay,
and was that
we're
like
going
the
to
biggest
skip
one?
by this a little bit because we're going.
He created his own slang delivery stink team. See,
Hold
Draco
on.
did not
take off, and I was just like, wow, that shit crazy.
Then it was Draco style and the stink team. See, Draco did not sound like a traditional West Coast rapper. He created his own slang delivery and rhythm. He referred to his language as lingo bingo. His music was dark, unpredictable, and filled with coded jokes, luxury brands, weapons, and street references. Draco called it nervous music. It sounded like somebody riding through South Central in an expensive car while constantly watching the rearview mirror. But one of the most important parts of Draco's story.
I don't know who would want to be riding through South Central in a nice car. Like, it just sounds very scary, very anxious. So I think that was a good description of his music. It kind of reminded me of, y'all remember when Eminem put out his group, I think it was called D12. His music, his later albums kind of remind me of that dark humor, that same dark humor that D12, that group that Eminem had after he got on. He kind of reminded me of that too.
Is that he repeatedly denied being a gang member. Although he grew up around people associated with Crip neighborhoods, wore blue, and made his sympathies clear. Draco said he'll never officially join the gang. Instead, he represented his own rap collective, the Stink Team.
Okay. And the Stink Team, was that sort of around by that time?
Oh, yeah.
It started like around like I love After Michigan Dog.
D12.
I'm Mr. Mosley too.
Draco reportedly believed that joining an established gang would place him under a person's system. He wanted to create his own, but in Los Angeles, refusing to choose a traditional side did not mean everybody would leave you alone. As Draco became more popular, the Stink Team became a target. There were confrontations, online disrespect, chain snatching allegations, fights, robbery attempts, and eventually gunfire. Cars belonging to members of the Stink Team were allegedly shot at. Draco.
See, and that is so bad. So that's another reason why I'm glad I stopped it here on the the mom and, you know, his siblings. Listen, good that my baby doesn't want to join a gang, but my baby is still going to suffer if we live here and he doesn't pick a color or a side to get on. So even as a grown man, him not wanting to join either Crips or Bloods or whatever other gang affiliate is out there on the West Coast, because he refused to affiliate himself with any of those associations, they were still picking on him for not choosing a side. And so they were shooting up their cars. Like, why? Like, this is like what I don't understand about our culture. Why do we stay where it's dangerous and where we're clearly not wanted? Why is it like you're not going to be able to change the street culture of LA at all? So why stay? Just get out, go away. It's the same thing like the rappers in Jacksonville, Florida. You guys never get out before they kill you. Bring your ass to Atlanta, leave all that hot boy shit behind and move on with your life so that you can have a life, so that your children can be raised with you, so that your mom isn't burying her child. I couldn't imagine all this over a rap career that I have to lose my son behind it. I don't think that is worth it. I think we need to do better at telling people to get the hell on. Like, you're not going to make a change here within this decade, within this lifetime. You know, like your son is 1 year old right now. Take him somewhere else and come back in a decade if it's better. If it's not, you should be glad that you moved on. That is how I would be thinking. Like, I'm not keeping my baby anywhere where he's gonna be hurt or harmed, or he's not going to be able to have a fruitful, full life because he's constantly like ducking over his shoulder at every car that rolls by. It's sad. So yeah, rest in peace to this young man here. I agree. I agree, Ernestine. Thank you for saying that. And yes, I am almost at 4K. So thank you, Blue Exodus, for pointing that out. You guys hit the like button for me, please. If you're coming in or coming out, I know there are a lot of other shows going on at this time, kind of fighting for my space. But please hit the like button for me. I really appreciate that. Likes are free. And your support is very, very, very much appreciated. Okay. I'm gonna let this play a little bit more. I didn't want to roll the whole video, but we're talking about YG, and he is the bigger star here. The one that is alive, and unfortunately the one that they are trying to say had something to do with this young man's death because they had an alleged beef. Someone from Draco's camp, I think it's his DJ, is saying that he saw YG puncture this young man. YG is saying absolutely not. I was nowhere around that, but there's a video. I'm not going to play it. I'm sure you guys will catch it out there. I just wanted somebody to know who this guy was, because he's the smallest star, and, people don't care unless they are able to see who it is and understand, what they brought to the table. Because of course, since YG is the bigger star, he's going to be the one that they talk about the most. So shout out to this guy. And I think Triple, you said it earlier in the chat. You said the name Draco. That's another thing, your street nicknames, you guys, Draco is isn't that a gun's name? Or isn't that the nickname of an alleged assault rifle or something like that? Not a good look, especially if now you die by violence. You know, it could have been Little Stink or Big Stink or Big Taco. I don't know, you know, like, but Draco, yeah, it's kind of eerie now because he's not here. It's sad as hell.
His mother house was reportedly struck by bullets. Draco also exchanged diss records with Los Angeles rapper RJ, who was closely connected to both YG and DJ Mustard. What may have begun as rap competition and online disrespect reportedly became connected to a larger neighborhood conflicts. Then there was the Red Bulls case. In 2016, December, Davion Red Bull Gregory was fatally shot at an adult pajama party in Carson, California. Gregory was reportedly associated with the Inglewood family Bloods. No one accused Draco of personally pulling the trigger. However, prosecutors later claimed that Draco and members of his entourage went to the party intending to target RJ. RJ denied attending the event. Prosecutors argued that after RJ failed to appear, members of Draco group killed Gregory instead. Draco was eventually charged with first-degree murder, attempt murder from a motor vehicle, gang conspiracy, and firearm offenses. At one point, he faced the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison. Prosecutors attempt to classify the Stink Team as a criminal gang. They also used Draco lyrics, social media posts, and hand signs as evidence against him. Draco and his supporters argued that authorities were confusing music, association, and performance with proof of criminal activity.
At a birthday party in Carson, 3 men were hit and one of them has now died. The shooting happened just before midnight in the 100 block of West Victoria Street. The shootout was just in front of the building that housed the party. Deputies say as many as 100 people were attending what they describe as a pay-for-entry adult-themed party. A woman told us it was a nice neighborhood when she moved in 25 years ago, but now gunfire is very common.
Here, it's so bad that we go somewhere to where it's safe in our house, to where we think that it's going to come through the window.
The identity of the dead man has not been released yet, and there's no information about the conditions of the 2 other men who were shot.
While incarcerated, Draco recorded an entire...
I mean, good Lord. An adult slumber party has to end in gunfire? I'm so glad my hanging out is streaming with you all for the most part, or I go with my friends to sushi restaurants that are super pricey. So usually they're in super good neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Like, we don't worry about this, but oh my goodness, I would never go out again if I went to an adult summer party. One of my friends took me to an adult summer party and it got shot up. So one person passed away and the other 2 men were wounded. But either way it goes, this young man, Draco, was associated with that unaliving of the young man that passed away at the pajama party. So there are no innocent sides here, you know? It's unfortunate. I'm gonna let this play a little more and then we're gonna move on to the next video.
Album over a jail telephone. That project, Thank You for Using GTL, received widespread praise. Draco eventually accepted a plea agreement and was released on November 4th, 2020, after spending nearly 3 years behind bars. Once free, he immediately began rebuilding his brand and career.
Yeah, I mean, gifted a curse, right? You going to jail almost added to like the allure of you as an artist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of like when Boosie got out, he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just added to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think also the circumstances of your case,
that too,
were it felt like some bullshit.
Yeah.
So even people who necessarily weren't tapped in with your music, when they found out about what was going on, they were like, "Yo, this is crazy!" Like people were just rooting for you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people who wasn't a lot of people who wasn't rooting for me.
Who wasn't rooting for you? I'm not
really sentiment. Okay.
not saying to say names, but like who? Like
the older dudes, the people that have been in the game for a minute.
You talking about LA rappers?
Yep.
That's fair. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yo, what do you think? Because it was this judge that was really, she had like a vendetta for you, right?
She was, because she did not like me at all. I don't know what it was. Maybe because I was a rapper. Because she told me that in court. Like, I don't know if you think because you're a rapper, like, you don't got to listen to the rules. I'm like, you could have just said this for the jump. Don't make it seem like you don't like me, bro. Like,
it's almost like they were setting an example or some shit.
Pretty much. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. I mean, I still was trying. It didn't work though.
So then she got bounced, right? In the election? Is that what happened?
That's the DA, yeah.
So she got Or it was the DA.
It was the DA and the judge.
The DA and the judge.
Yeah.
But once the election happened,
yeah, she got kicked the boot.
It almost happened like simultaneously. It was like the election happened, and then it was like, oh, he's coming home.
Yeah.
Shit.
So you see how politics works, fellas? And y'all talking about y'all don't want to vote and voting is not important. But voting is what got him his second chance outside of the can, because the DA and the judge on his case got voted out when he was going through his trial motions with the court. So I guess that helped him, that little loophole right there of them having to leave their work, and then the next prosecutor or the next DA not wanting to continue down the path of the previous administration got him, to get out. Or maybe, like Sentiment said, he snitched. I don't know. Seems like either one of those things could be a viable reason why he was able to get out. When your judge and your DA are booted from an election, that's something very easily to determine, So it could have been that Sentiment. I don't know. I just wanted y'all to see that this is the young man that they're accusing YG of allegedly deleting. I think that would be silly for YG to throw away his whole career to get into a dumbass fight where he could have easily been poked himself. I think it's silly. I hate that this young man has passed on. I feel like it's way too many rappers that lose their lives too soon. We don't have that much of that so much as a problem here, where rappers pass away from violence. We do have some that pass away from car accidents and drinking too much lean. But for the most part, all of the rap crews here in Atlanta, Georgia, are amicable. We get along, everybody gets along with everybody. And if we don't like somebody, we stay the fuck off of their side of town. We stay away from their events. We don't participate. You're never going to see me dancing to Jeezy. You're never going to see me going to a Jeezy concert. You're never going to see me. Okay? But we just stay away from each other. Wish them well and get the hell on. Stay the hell away from me. I stay the hell away from you. You stay the hell away from me. So what do y'all think about this? Do you think that it's kind of weird that YG is being accused or questioned about this, nearly 5 years later? Because we're in 2026. This happened in 2021. Do you think that the DJ from Draco is telling the truth, saying that, he saw YG poke him? I don't know. Do you think prosecutors are building a case against YG over this? I don't know. I don't listen to enough YG to know, what he says in his music about this. I did hear the song where he addressed it. And it was just kind of like, after the fact, of course, you're going to try to, cover your ass. So I don't know how much of the song I was actually believing. As I was listening to it, I wasn't really believing it. To me, it's like it took you too long to say anything. So that's my take on this. I think it's sad Draco is passed on. I think it's, highly suspicious that he passed on a month after dissing YG. And I think it's suspicious that YG hasn't really said much about it. It took him a while to say anything about it and distance himself from this guy's deletion, and if you distance yourself from the deletion and that people are looking at you thinking that you did the deletion, I think you deserve to get whatever's coming to you. Because if you are a good person and you really didn't do anything, you would immediately say, look, I had nothing to do with this. I don't support this. I don't want other people to do this. I hope nobody did this for me. This is not what I want. anybody to pass away because they have a beef with me.